Allen Iverson. God bless his heart. Allen Iverson to me is one of the greatest players of all time. And he had a very interesting quote, and he said something about load management that was interesting. So I'm going to play this for you, Silent Assassin. Give me a second here.
Load management.
Hold on, here we go.
Played today, and the coach said, you're not going to play tonight because of load management. Well, how would you have responded?
Gonna have a problem. Gonna be a big problem. I love to play. It's fun. Like when I was in the league, it was just like when I was in high school or playing rec league. It's just fun. You can't wait for the game. You know what I mean? Like you do your practice thing or whatever. Like if you gonna load manage me, just not have me practice, but let me play in the game.
That's it. So Allen Iverson is not a big fan of load management. He also said this. He said, load management. They took me to hell for allegedly not practicing. Now they crying about the players not playing games. I played with every injury you could think of, to the point where they had to hide my jersey to keep me from playing. True story. Now we talking about the game, not practice, not practice. We talking about the game. Don't cry now. What the baby's gonna do. So I asked a question, and we were talking about this off pod or off mic. What is the point of load management? Guys are getting paid more. They say that the guys are more skilled nowadays, and I agree with that. But is there a better quality of game now? That's all perspective. I can say that I enjoyed the games 15 to 20 years ago better. Slower pace. You had teams that there was variation in regards to their style of play. So you had some teams that were very, very gritty. You had some teams that like to get up and down. You had some teams that like to run the 7 seconds or less offense, the D'Antoni offense. You had teams that maybe shot a little more behind the three-point arc. Now what you have is everybody's very uniform. Fast pace. Everybody's shooting 50 to 63s. More up and down style. To the point where they're saying, oh, these guys are expelling more of themselves, the physicality, the endurance, the cardio, all of this stuff. So, they need more rest now. And then I started thinking about the actual game. So if we go ahead and look at it, I think the pace of the game right now is high, yes. The points per game average is, I think it's 112 or something like that. Well, if you go back into the 1960s, the actual average points that were scored back in the 60s, Silent Assassin, was like 120 points every team. And mind you, there was no three-point line. So if you tell me that the game is faster now, well, the numbers don't really equate to that. What I see is a game that instead of taking time with your possessions to get a great shot, you're taking more shots. So more players are getting more opportunities to score because the pace is faster and you're getting more shots up. So you're getting more chances at the basket. But is the quality of shot better? I would say no. If you are a coach on a team and you want 53s, I got a star player and I got a bunch of role players and I got some guys that are on the fringe. My star player shoots 13 threes. I still have 37 threes that I need to equate for. I need to go ahead and make sure that we account for those. So if the second guy on the team that gets the second amount of shots, if he even takes 8 or 9, now we have to continue to go down the list. So that means that guys who are not big volume three-point shooters or have a high percentage are shooting threes. So are you getting better quality shots, or are you just getting more shots? Because I see teams that are scoring 85 points, 87 points, 93 points, but yet you're shooting more threes. So that means to tell me that the efficiency is down, because back in the day, and especially when I was playing, you played baseline to baseline. Now the game is being played 3-point line to 3-point line. So are you actually playing harder, or the game is a little bit more lazy? I know that as the older I got, and I would go play 5-on-5, rec ball, whatever it is, pick up, I used to want to break people down, get to the hole. Had dudes that did the same thing, right? Like they used to want to break people down, get to the basket and score. As you get older and you realize, that takes so much energy to do. I'm just going to shoot this jump shot. So shooting jumpers all day long, it doesn't require that much more energy than you killing yourself trying to get to the basket for a higher quality shot. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Like, it's just looking at it as, like, not, like, a big basketball fan, but it's, like, why... Like, I don't know how to put it into words, but, like, I even feel like seeing basketball, like, when... I remember, like, in middle school, like, when all the boys started to get into basketball. And, like, the three was kind of, like, the trick shot. And it was, like, the more, like, popular thing that kids wanted to learn.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, like, the thing that just happens in basketball. It was more of just, like, not everyone can do it. Like, I know, like, Steph Curry was, like, the big three-point guy. So for guys now, just going for the three... It's like it just takes excitement out of the game, because now it's just like everyone can do it.
Yeah.
You know, and not necessarily like they could do it well. Like I'm sure that there's like a lot of missed shots and whatnot. But like also too, it's just as a team, like wouldn't you want to take more like not necessarily guaranteed points, but like the easier route, just getting, you know, like the regular 2-point basket. And kind of how you were talking about, like, earlier, just, like, building up plays and playing the game of basketball, not just shooting a ball.
Right.
Yeah. So...
That's exactly what it is, Silent Assassin. They have... And I'm not going to say, like, again, basketball, we're talking about the greatest players in the world. The game in itself is a fun game to play. It is a challenging game. It's a difficult game to play. But I just feel that shooting so many threes has dropped the efficiency of this game to now we're just having everybody just gear up to shoot as many threes as they possibly can. Before, big guy grabs an offensive rebound, you know, he's either going back up strong or he's passing it back to the top of the key to be able to reset the shot clock and be able to get a better shot. Rather than now, gets to the offensive rebound, he either goes back up or he's scanning to see who's open to be able to take a wide open three, although you're not a very efficient three-point shooter. You see what I'm saying? Is that you go ahead and shoot this shot just because you see it's open, instead of taking a more efficient shot and being able to force the defense to now have to play defense. They have to stop somebody. But if you keep taking all of these wild shots and these 53s, then you're giving the defense a break, because if you shoot a three, I grab the rebound, pass it back out to you, and somebody else shoots a three, and then the other team grabs the rebound, guess what's going to happen? That team is now going to grab that rebound and now push it forward, because now they have an advantage to be able to get a fast break layup because of your long three-point shot. Rather than had you had that ball tucked, reset the play, and being able to get a better quality shot, you stop the fast break now. So if you score, they got to take that out inbounds. Strategy. Pace. Slow your ass down. So it is what it is. I agree with that on Iverson, though. I just believe that the pace of the game is forcing teams to make decisions on not allowing players to play, and it just doesn't make sense. the game is 82 games. I can understand in baseball, 162, you can take 5 to 7 days off. And 162, it's a lot. Basketball is 82. You don't need to take any games off, dog. Like NFL, not even NFL, the NHL players play a more physical game. They're skating. They got pads on and they're hitting each other with sticks and pucks, right? And and then they fight. Most of those guys play 82. If not everybody. It's not a badge of honor for them to say, "Oh, well, the pace of the game is so fast that we might not have to have these guys can't play 82 games. We have to lessen the games. It's too skilled now. We have to lessen the games." Does that make any sense to you? It's too skilled now. We need less games.
It's like you're a professional athlete. You should be able to play every single game. Like,
It's your job.
yeah, it's a job. You should be able to show up every day and work. And like, I get like the basketball's a lot of running back and forth, but it's not like extremely physically demanding, I guess you'd say. Like, it takes a lot of like of endurance. You know, you're moving back and forth a lot and whatnot. But like, you're not, like you said, hockey, you're not getting knocked around. You know, in football, you're not getting knocked. Like, you're not getting knocked around. You know. It's pretty much, non-contact sport. You know, there's some defense, but you're not like up and pushing guys over.
Listen, it's a physical game, but you're not mowing guys over in basketball.
So it's like, I don't know, it just makes no sense. Just as like, you're getting paid 30, 40, 50, 60, whatever it is, $1 million, on the court, plus off the court endorsements. Like, there's a kid coming here that's dad or mom spent couple $100 to watch, the Lakers play, and whoever LeBron James is not playing because he has, he's taking the night off. It's like, well, you just kind of wasted.
Yeah, I just wasted $600.
Yeah, because we just wanted to come see you play for, and then you're not.
It's just it's enough already, man. The NBA has to really decide on what their real values are. Is it giving the fans a high quality brand of basketball where guys are actually going out there and leaving everything on the floor, or is it, oh well, we want to go ahead and load manage you, so instead of you playing 12 hard seasons for us, we want to stretch it out for 18 to 19 seasons. Because we can get the same amount of games in that time, we're just going to stretch it out over 5 more years. So we can be able to milk more merchandise. We can milk more season tickets. We can milk all of this. So instead of guys being able to have careers that are ended 33 or 34 because they played some hard years and they played every game, now guys are playing well into their late 30s now because load management. Just nonsense. It's
not in other sports. Like, why is it just in, pretty much just basketball? Like, it makes no sense.
Yeah. That's why a lot of people like to throw shots at the NBA, unfortunately.